Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hello, Mary. Welcome, Mary. Welcome. We'll get started shortly. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly.
Good evening.
Hey, Andrew. Welcome, Andrew. Welcome.
How you doing?
Good, good. Welcome. Hey, Kawisi. Welcome, Kawisi. Welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Welcome, everyone. This evening is stocks, options, and ETFs. We'll go over stocks, options, and ETFs this evening. Welcome, everyone. We'll get started shortly, guys. Welcome. Stocks, options, and ETFs. Good evening. We'll get started shortly, guys. Stocks, options, and ETFs. Hey, Gerald. Welcome, Gerald. Welcome.
Hey, Dick.
Hello. Welcome, Gerald. Welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. Stocks, options, and ETFs this evening.
Grabe.
Welcome, everyone. All right, guys, let's go and get started. I'm going to share my trading screen here. So you guys should see my trading screen. All right. If not, please let me know. All right. So you guys should see Monster Market Tracker here. All right. We got some buying in this week. Not a lot of buying. All right. So I think the markets were up yesterday, up today. All right. So currently would say the market is flat, right? So the Dow E-mini, all right, the Nasdaq, S&P, and Russell in the futures market, a little up to flat. All right. So what we are paying close attention to, though, is that we've had some buying in this week. The VIX is coming down. So if you guys look here, the VIX right here, which is the volatility index. So as the VIX comes down, right, VIX goes lower, the market's going to go higher. All right. So we've moved the time frames from the weekly time frame to the 240. So this is a 240 time frame here on the Dow, the S&P, Nasdaq, and the Russell. All right, guys. So we're gonna watch the price action a bit closely here on the 240, right? So that if we get a move, right? If we get a move above this moving average here, right? We get some green candles, we'll possibly get a buy signal. All right. So we've moved things to the 240 because, right, we've had some buying coming in here, right? Not enough to raise any eyebrows, but you never know, right? So if things continue to move higher, we get a buy signal. On the 240, we'll call an early buy signal. But so far, we're still in the markdown phase. So we kind of like in this area in here. So we could still get more selling to come in and push that price lower. But market's been up a few days. All right. So same price action we're seeing on the Dow. This is the Dow, the S&P, right? So the S&P here, all right? And the S&P is getting close. It's getting close to breaking that moving average right here and getting above that. If we get above this green moving average right here, which is resistance is about, I would say, pretty good resistance here. And then we've got some resistance about right here. So right in this area right here, we could possibly get a buy signal on the 240 minute time frame. And then we could call an early buy signal to start buying stocks again. All right. As I go through this, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. And but I will open up the floor after we go over the markets here. All right, same thing for the Nasdaq and for the Russell. Again, the VIX is coming down. No big changes right now, guys, in the sectors. All right, so the sectors are still going down. All right, we show the energy and utilities up, but we'll take a look at the charts, but nothing really with energy yet. Utilities is trying to make a move. But still in the markdown phase. All right. So remember this, we're still in the markdown phase for the major indexes. All right. All the sectors. Okay. So we should not be buying stocks. If you guys are in any stocks, right? If you're in any stocks, as long as you're solid in the markup phase, you should be good. But if it's breaking support, right, red candles, right, we should be out. All right. So hey, Stella, welcome. All right. So let's take a look at the individual sectors. I want to go through this. All right. So if you guys look here on the sectors, right? So remember, we also always look at, first, we want to look at the condition of the overall market, the Dow, S&P, Nasdaq, and the Russell. All right. And we want to make sure that we've got buy signals on those markets and that we're moving higher, right? So we want to look at that first. Then the VIX, we want to make sure the VIX is coming down. All right. Volatility is coming down, right? And we want to make sure that Then the sectors, right? So transportation, healthcare, biotech, financials, all those sectors are moving up. Okay, so right now they're moving down, right? They're moving down. We know here that the indexes are moving down, all right? So that's all a red flag to not to be trading stocks, right? All right. So biotech had a big move today, up about 3%. So we'll keep an eye on biotech. All right, we've got a green candle here, right? We have a green candle, this on a daily time frame. So that's impressive for biotech. All right, so we might see biotech lead us out of this. Too early to tell. All right, we traded biotech before, so we'll wait to see if this develops. But pretty good price action here on biotech. Hey, Michael, welcome. All right, so biotech, like I said, pretty decent move. All right, healthcare. All right, big candle here. And if you take a look here, all right, let's see here. If we take a look here, we're holding support, right? So we held support. Right here, we held support, right? Held support right here on healthcare, white candle. We need some green candles to come in, all right? But this is encouraging. They're holding support, right? So the buyers are holding support. So that's healthcare. So healthcare is the sector. We put in biotech here. It's not really a sector, it's an industry, but it's such a big industry that, you know, we can track it along with the sector. All right. So again, green candle here, that's encouraging. So it's good to see biotech and healthcare right at the top here for the day. All right. Financials, green candle here. Again, we had a sell signal. So we'll see, right? It's developing green candle. We need to get buy signals on those. Okay. But it's new, right? This is all this happened yesterday and today. We had some buying come in yesterday and today. All right. So that's encouraging. Materials, and from there, it's not very good. Okay. So these top sectors here we'll keep an eye on. All right, but still everything is pointing down, but for the day, good price action. All right, any questions on this, on the sectors? Any questions on the sectors? All right. Any questions on the indexes? Again, we've moved them to the 240. All right. So if we get buy signals on the 240, we'll send out a message, right? That we can now get back into stocks. If you're in stocks currently, just make sure that you're solid in the markup phase. All right. But we will not wait for buy signals on the daily. All right. If we get buy signals on the 240, we'll call it. All right. We are seeing a bit of an early rotation out of the dollar. All right. So a lot of our, several of our dollar pairs have closed. We're seeing the dollar, it's down right now. And if the dollar comes down, we'll see equities, right, go up. The equity markets go up. So we're watching this area right here on the dollar. This is the dollar right now in the futures market. And we've got a purpose support and resistance, right? And what could happen with the dollar, and because we're noticing a lot of the dollar pairs closing here in Forex, see right here, guys, look at here, right? New down, right? Lots of red coming in here in the dollar pairs, right? See here, the dollar pairs are closing. We sent out a message earlier to keep an eye on your dollar pairs, right? So they're closing, and the dollar index here, look here, right? It's holding. It's gotten above this resistance, but we got a purple support and resistance, lower highs, lower lows within the trend. But if we get some selling coming here, we can retest this support here. All right. So, but that would be bullish for the equity markets. Okay. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Still early. All right. Still early, but we'll continue to keep an eye on that. All right. Let's take a look at Stock Boss. So Stock Boss, we're starting to see, you guys have, keep an eye on this. When we looked at Stock Boss the other day, right, we had probably about 20 stocks or so, 25 stocks. All right. So we're starting to see more stocks come in Stock Boss with Heat Seeker. All right. And as you guys know, we track the whole market, 22,000 stocks, right? So whatever the institutions are buying, it's going to show up in here. So if we've got fewer stocks in here, guess what? They're not buying stocks, right? So we shouldn't buy stocks. All right. So we're getting more stocks. We have a little bit more than a page. So that's encouraging. And we're starting to see some biotech come in here, right? So some biotech stocks are coming in here. We'll take a look at the stocks, and also in Bullmaster, right? We're seeing more stocks coming in Bullmaster, some healthcare, right? So as we see that healthcare sector move up, right, we're starting to see some of the healthcare stocks come in Heat Seeker. Here's a good example. Here's a good example of a healthcare stock, biotech, right? Biotech that held. All right. So when we trade, right? When we trade and and I wanted to talk about this evening. Do not close when we have sell signals on the different markets, like we have sell signals right now on the dollar. Don't just close all your positions. All right. Don't just because we've got a sell signal, right? You might have a pair, a dollar pair that's going against, right, against the overall, might be doing its own thing, right? Like here, right? This dollar pair hasn't closed yet. All right. So USD CNH hasn't closed. All right. But this pair here, USD CZK, has closed. So yes, close this one here, but definitely do not close this one here. All right. So that's important. So even if with the stock market, we've had some sell signals, right? Sell signals, a lot of the sectors were breaking down. We closed out of the biotech, healthcare, a lot of, here is one stock right here that's clearly in the markup phase. All right. So always look at your individual trades. Okay. Yes, we might have a market rotation, right? The market, the sector might not be doing well. The indexes might not be doing well. But guess what? That individual stock might still outperform and perform well. Okay, so always, right? So you have two things going. You have your macro market, so the larger market, and then you have your macro and your micro. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay, just keep that in mind. All right. Always pay attention to what your individual trade is doing. All right. All right. Any questions on this? Any questions on this? This is a bit encouraging. It is encouraging. We're starting to get more, not a lot more. Right? We usually get, 3 or 4 pages, 5 pages in Bullmaster here, right? More expensive stocks that are $10 and higher. Stock Boss, right? $10 and below, right? Let's see here. Stella, are you still in Genie? You still holding Genie? I don't know what. I'm sure you are. But this is a good example here. All right.
Yeah, I'm still holding it.
You're still holding it? Okay. Good job. Which was the other one?
PGEN.
PG. And these are good examples of why we need to focus on the individual trade. Okay, that's looking good here. And you got in near the buy signal, Stella?
Yeah.
Okay, so you almost, wow, okay, almost at 100%. And then what was you had 3 still holding, right?
Yeah, just 3.
What was the other one?
The other one is the one I've been like happy with.
Oh, that's okay.
That one.
What, is it on here?
GTHX.
Okay, GTHX. Okay, oh, look at that. Okay. Oh, so it got up to 16, huh?
Yeah, it was, I think I looked at it at earlier in the day. It was at it was 92. It was like 1570 something, and that was 92%.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Good job holding it, and it's bucking. So what's good about this is that if we get any type of buying to come in, right? We get a buy signal, right? On these sector indexes here, we get that VIX to come down a bit. This is really encouraging. The VIX was at 27, right? Right at 27, and it's at 23. So it's coming down, right? Your stock here should really move, right? So if it's moving, it's held pretty strong. You pay attention to these guys. Pay attention to this. Whenever you have a stock, right, that's kind of bucking the trend, all right, this should have gone down, right? Stella, you had several trades, right? And you closed out a lot of them, right? But when you have one that's going that way, you know, it's not selling off. So the selling right here that came in, all right, it did not sell off. It held, right? And it actually got stronger. It actually got stronger, right? With the correction, small correction in the market. All right. That pay attention to that. Pay attention to that, because you know still you haven't scaled up. You haven't scaled up, right?
No, because I think the market was kind of going down and we were getting out of stocks, so I didn't.
Yeah. You might want to especially if we get buy signals here on the 240, you might want to add to this.
Okay.
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 Yeah, you might want to add. And I would say, remember, we looked at the monthly time frame, right? So you've got look at this here. You're breaking resistance right here. Look at that. You've broken through this resistance, right? This is where that buy signal failed before. All right, so that's pretty good here. I wouldn't be too concerned with this purple support and resistance, because you've gotten past that. But if you look here, I'm gonna go to that. I love your right here, that buy signal here. You guys remember this? You guys remember we talked about this here? Stella's buy signal here on the weekly time frame. And you see that, Stella, what's happening here? See how we're moving up, right? From that buy signal here on the weekly.
Yeah, yeah, we looked at it, I think, last week.
So you look good to get, I think you still look good to get, let's see here. I think we said 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, right about 25. So I would look to add. Don't go crazy, right? But definitely add.
Okay.
All right, yeah, definitely add. if you want to wait for confirmation, right? If you want to wait for confirmation, you can wait for confirmation on the 240s, right?
Mhm.
But you don't have to. It's very strong, Stella. It's very strong. And this is an early move here on the weekly time frame. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
all right. The same thing with you said Genie. Let's see, GENI. Yeah, start looking to build some your positions. Let's see here. Like Genie here. I would say if we get buy signals, right, on the indexes, and if you break here, if you break this resistance here, which you're not far from it, you close at 453, 495. I would look to add a bit.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
look to add a bit. Right. Okay. All right. Any questions on these guys? I know we've got some new folks here. Any question on what we're doing here? Any questions at all? Um, guys, start looking, right? Start looking to get in positions. All right. It's still early, but start building your watch list. All right. Start building your watch list. And so biotech would recommend biotech, healthcare. All right. So if we look here, right, if we look here, right, biotech right here, healthcare biotech made a big move today, right? And they're moving up. We don't have buy signals yet, but they'll come, right? As long as the market holds, we don't get any crazy selling to come in, that they should hold. And they did a really good move last time from June. Here's June all the way to about now, right? As a matter of fact, late August is when it made a high. So from June all the way, look here. All right, so from June, mid-June, all the way to about August, made a big move. All right, so I remember, right, we might have made a low. I'm hoping we've made a low for the year, right? And we're going into the fourth quarter, right? So hopefully we've made a low for the year, and we get that fourth quarter rally, right? That Christmas rally, right? Fourth quarter rally, Thanksgiving, that seasonal rally, is what we're hoping for. So that, biotech healthcare could come out of this, could be the next rotation. So really keep an eye, start building your watch list, right? Stella, you remember you did that last time, right? So start looking, see right here, markets up, markets want to run. So it's picking up, all right, in the futures market right now. So go through, start finding, look at this one here, really buck the trend there. All right, start looking for opportunities that are coming, right? Like this one right here, put this on your watch list, ETNB, buy signal here, right? It really held all through that selling, really held, all right? And it's trying to make a move up. This one here is too late, all right? But we'll get more, right? As the markets improve, this would be a good one here to put on your watch list right here. It fell from, let's see where this one fell from. I'll open up the floor in a few minutes for questions. It fell from $50 to $1.74. All right. So that's exactly what we want. Okay, so it's sitting here. We just need some volume to come in. Good one to put on your watch list. All right, BGXX. Yeah, definitely put that on your watch list. All right, we'll let someone else buy it up here at 55 and 50. We'll buy it down here. All right. All right, so let's see here, but we'll get more as if if this market improves, we'll get more, and we'll keep going through this. All right, so that's hey Tracy, welcome.
Hey, David.
Hello. So that's the only sector. Nothing really developing yet in technology. So wait on technology. All right. Let's take a look at technology here. All right, nothing yet. You see here, guys. All right, still some selling here in technology, so it's not ready. All right, but definitely biotech. Right. This big candle right here, that's big buying coming in. This big candle right here, and even yesterday, this big white candle followed by a big green candle here tells us that buyers are definitely coming in, and hopefully we can get a buy signal like this. But this is very encouraging, and again, healthcare is that's picking up. The encouraging thing here for healthcare and biotech healthcare, they go together. All right. The encouraging thing, and we want to get when these move, we want to get on quickly. All right. So again, start building your watch list. The good thing is it held support, pretty good support. Yeah, look at this, really good support. Yeah, we don't have a recommended list. If you guys, we run these systems, right? If you guys are not with us, then you can come to the training classes. We do this every evening, stocks in particular every Thursday. But if you want to on your own, guys, you can do this. You can pull up, you can just pull up biotech stocks, and find the ones that are setting up that's kind of going through that markdown phase. All right. But here, support, really good support here, really good support here, really good support here. This is healthcare, really good support, right? Support here, support here, support here. All right, we're not going to count this here. So good support, right? Where the buyers are holding the price right at 125, and they're not letting that price drop. Okay, so that's really, really encouraging. And so they've held support. And let's do this. Let's do this here. And we've got a triangle right here. Triangles are always good. All right. All right, price is being squeezed. All right, so got a triangle right here. We've got support, pretty good support right here. I think we would need to get past here. Let's remove this here. All right. I think we need to get past here. This is where sellers are sitting. All right, so sellers are sitting right here. All right, sellers are sitting right here. Right here. This failed. This failed. All right. So sellers are sitting here. So right here, we know right here, right? That's where sellers are. So, but guess what? We held support. So we could get back in here. If we can break this resistance right here, we can move much, much higher. Okay. And if the selling is done, it's too early to tell, right? But if the selling is done, okay, then we could see the market move higher, and we just might get that that fourth quarter rally. All right. It happens a lot. That fourth quarter rally, right? It does happen a lot. All right. All right, Michael, you've got a stock for us to look at.
Yes, good evening, Mr.
Hey,
David.
hello, Michael.
So, actually, I wanted to thank you because just like how you said, like for those that don't have the software, if you still have somewhat of a knowledge of what you're doing, you could take the stuff that you're highlighting and find some opportunities on your own. And so, actually, last week on the 1st of August,
Okay.
you're doing just like you were doing just now, and you highlighted a stock AVYA, if that sounds familiar to you.
Repeat it for me, Michael, please.
AVYA.
Okay, AVYA. What sector is it in?
This is it's a technology.
Okay, tech. Okay.
So last week, although you did say, market was coming down, and you did say, on some of the heat seeker, there's like less than 20 stocks, right? There were still a couple opportunities, and AVYA was one of them. And on the 1st, you'll see that there was a buy signal on the 240 around $1.50, $1.62, maybe a little lower, I believe.
Okay.
I made entry at $1.62 and actually sold. I thought it was going to break 240 and actually ended up closing my trade out at 238. So a nice, decent little profit on that trade.
Okay. Let's take a look at it here. Yeah, if you guys don't have the system, that's a good way to get in. You can open an account with, you can open a small account with Robinhood or any other, broker, and just start practicing, right? I don't like demo trading, right? I rather, if you're gonna trade just, you can reduce the amount that you trade. Okay, but we want to feel, we want to feel that trade. When you demo trade, it's not real,
It's not the same burn.
Yeah, it's not, yeah, right. It's not the same. That's a good way. Yeah, it is a burn, right? When we, yeah. Let's see here. All right.
So down, yep. So you see that bottom purple line?
Okay.
Actually, it was the view before, but no, I guess you could utilize. So that bottom yellow line, that lower support resistance down
Right here.
Yes, sir. That one right there. So
So
that was my entry for the breakout, and then as you could see, as markets was going up, this one kind of took off.
Okay, all right.
And this was one that you actually like highlighted yourself. So I was like,
okay, good job, good job. And good job using multiple time frames, right? So it wasn't ready on the daily, but definitely here in the 240.
Correct.
Right. You don't have the system, so I know you got out, but we would have stayed in.
Right. I still have charting software that
okay, but next time try to hold it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, try to hold it, because if you were trading on the 240, there's no reason to get out of it.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
if you were so you got in here at 114 is support. All right. So let's say you wanted to put a sell. If you wanted to get out, put a sell signal. All right, or put a put a stop loss. You could put your stop loss below support here. Okay, so below support, this is your support here. All right, here is your buy signal. Here is your support. You could put a stop loss right here. All right. So it would get you out here. All right. A better support, right, would be below this support line. You could put a stop loss down here. All right. Anything in here, anything, right? If you put a stop loss in here, anywhere in here, if you get out anywhere in here, right, we're not giving the position a chance to move around and then take off.
I see.
Okay, so good job, good entry, but you got out, you got out too soon. Okay, how would you feel, Michael, if in a few days, let's say tomorrow's Friday, and let's say next week, you're not looking at it anymore, and then it pops up to $4 or $5, right? And now it's up 200% profit, 300% profit. All right. So I'm glad you mentioned this. The worst thing we can do as traders, and this is a lesson for everyone, all right, is when we find a great opportunity like this, right? And this is you did a great job, right, with this, is getting out prematurely. All right. So we want to make sure that we not only we protect the trade that we're in, but we give it room to run. And we want to put that stop loss below that support, because what happens at support? What happens at support?
Gain strength.
What's that?
Usually gain strength.
No, what happens at support? Anyone, what happens at support? What happens when the price gets to support? Whether it's here, support here, or support down here, what happens? We get selling, right? We get selling. We get sellers come in, right? Sellers come in. All right. So you don't have any sellers here. You don't have any sellers until here. And then until here. So there's nothing to sell because the sellers are not in yet. So we hope we continue to hold. All right. So good job with the entry. Right, but you should have stayed in it longer. So just next time. Good job, though. Good job. Yeah, and good job, taking that information that we went over, right? Remembering that stock, right? And again, put these on your watch list. Okay. So, Michael, I wouldn't remove this, right? No, I wouldn't say get in. You could get in again. All right. But I would wait on the daily. All right. I would wait on the daily time frame. All right. Wait on the daily to get a buy signal. What's nice about this is that it's got a really good markdown phase. All right. It's got a really good markdown phase right here. See here, really good markdown phase, right? All the sellers have gotten out, right? And now we're building up some speed, right? Green candles coming in. We just need a buy signal. And of course, we need the market to cooperate, right? We need the market to cooperate. So we need buyers. We need buy signals on the indexes. The NASDAQ is improving, but technology is not as much. All right, so keep an eye when we look to get in these positions. Keep an eye on the sector that you're in. Okay. All right, Michael.
Thank you.
Yeah. Keep an eye on the sector. Make sure you're in the sector. Right, that is see how technology, see that right here, right? It's still clearly in the markdown phase, right? So it's still falling, right? It has no support, right? It hasn't stopped falling like here, like biotech here.
Mhm.
Look at biotech. You see it's kind of stopped, it's kind of held. Healthcare, we just talked about healthcare, kind of held support. Technology hasn't held a little bit here, but
What do the white candles represent? Is that indecision?
yes, indecision, somewhat neutral. You can use it to spot reversals.
Okay.
Okay, so either to the upside or to the downside. So if you look here, red candles, then a white candle, then a green candle. That's very bullish. When we get green candles here after the white candles, that's very, very bullish.
Okay.
All right. When we get a red candle after a white candle, that's usually very bearish.
Okay.
Okay. It's not a it's not a perfect science, but it works well.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, it works well.
Gotcha. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Good job. Good job. Good job. Who's that? Otto. Otto? Hey, Otto, do you have a question? Otto? Yeah, you have a question? You have a question for me?
Yeah, so I have a full mouth. I'm just eating dinner right now while watching you.
Okay. You had a question about, let's see here.
Yeah, I'm very new to this. I was just wondering, like, how much would you invest in individual stocks versus in indexes?
Well,
Versus,
it depends, right? So it depends on your capital, your risk tolerance, obviously, your education, right? There's a rule though, right? As far as investing, go little, go small, right? 25,000 is a lot of money, right? For anyone. All right. So unless you really know what you're doing, I would go very, 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 very small, right? Practice, very small amounts. All right. Until you get comfortable. A couple of $100, start with a couple of $100. And then as your knowledge increase, as your skill level increase, you'll know, but $25,000 to invest is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So I wouldn't do that. All right. I definitely, you can do what you want, but I wouldn't recommend that. So start small, gain some knowledge, gain some skills. And because you could lose it all. Right. And that wouldn't be smart. Right. When we trade, it's risky. Right. And we can do everything right and still lose. So putting a lot of capital on one trade, wouldn't recommend that. All right. And something that I'm glad you mentioned that too. When we trade, guys, let's say we have 25,000 or 5,000 or even 500, we don't want to take all that capital and put on one trade, right? There's, the rule is trade about 10% or 5% of your overall account. And then even with that 5%, don't put all that 5% on one trade, right? You can take that 5% and put it on multiple trades, okay? So that if, you might have a few trades that work out, really, really great, and a few trades that don't work out as great, but the few trades that work out, that will cover some of your losses here. But no, $25,000, if you're in this class, this is a learn to trade class, absolutely not. Right? Unless you really know what you're doing. And at some point, that's the goal. At some point, that's the goal, to be able to trade larger amounts, higher amounts, right? But that takes a while, takes some experience. So good questions, but we want to take it slow. We want to take it slow. All right. Any other questions, guys? We get into the end here. Any other questions? Any other symbols? We want to, you guys want to take a look at any other symbols or anything else in general before we leave?
I think I just wanted to comment on the take it slow part. What you just said. I
Mhm.
was looking at Tylak's trade, the one that you sent us yesterday,
Yes.
and his lot size was 2.5 million.
Yeah.
So that blew my mind because I'm still trying to like
I'm with
trade
Stella.
one, right?
I agree. I'm glad you said that because that's the one thing you didn't kind of touch on, David, was the massive position. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. And it took, you know, Tylak has been with us for 2 years, right? And you know, he started with, you know, he was very apprehensive, and you know, Tylak is an investor, right? So he came from that investing world, and when he came to us, right, he was you know, investing is basically buy and hold, right? Buy and hold. You buy and you hold, and he was getting hurt. And so he came to us, and I spent some time, you know, kind of, you know, when you work with investors, they have a certain mindset, right? Not that it's good or bad, it's just different. We trade, right? We have an entry and an exit, a defined entry and exit. We're going to buy on resistance, sell on support. As an investor, you don't really do that. You just buy and hope. You know, so he's used to trading large. All right, he's used to putting capital to work, but he didn't do that right away here, you know, when he came with us. So it took a long time. He started with a monster scalper and I believe stock boss, and then he trade those systems in, because we'll do a trade-in on the system. So he traded his systems in, and then he upgraded to Trade Warrior, you know, okay, which is everything with the monitors, laptop, and everything. So he made a significant investment, but he's also done a lot of work too. You know, and he'll come on at some point. He'll come on. I'll let him tell you guys his story. But yeah, he's trading large, but he's comfortable trading large. So that's really, and that's a real benefit, because he's been, you know, doing that. But he knows what he's doing too, and he's still, you know, 2 years is still fairly new. I mean, Ricky is probably going now on probably 5 years now, 5-6 years. All right. And Ricky, you know, Ricky put on a lot of capital for him to make, how much did he made 120,000 in a day. Tylak, that trade there, and I think his trade is still running. That's 18,000 in 2 days. But with Ricky, there's a lot of leverage. With Tylak, there's not a lot of leverage, right? There's not a lot of leverage, and because I think he's trading Forex.com. But that's the goal, to get there, right? That's the goal. And Stella, you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. You see it, right? You see it. You see it. Yeah. That's the goal. That's the goal. But we have to take it slow.
Amen.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, you know. So, you know, we talk about this. Trading is like just like I like to use this analogy here. See how we breaking and you know, this is what you guys have to fight against, right? As traders, and especially as new traders, right?
So David, oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Michael.
Hey, if you don't mind, if you could go back to the stock I pointed out for you, the AY.
Oh, okay. Was it here? Okay. Uh-huh.
So I think the only reason I actually closed is because I think in one of our classes, we were talking about how the market was turning. And you were like, we shouldn't be in any stocks. And then I made the cardinal rule, which me and you talked about, which was don't look at the P&L. So just to give you just to give you a totality, I jumped in at $1.62 with
Uh-huh.
2,000 shares.
Uh-huh.
It got up to 238,
Mm.
and I closed the trade.
And you closed the trade.
So I mean, it's not that bad.
And you closed the trade because why?
Because you said we shouldn't be in any stock.
All right. So two things here, right?
Yes, sir.
So if we look at Stellar's trade, let's take a look at which one is it? GT. Hold on, let me write this down. GTHX. All right. So remember what I said, right? When we opened, just because, right? And this is important. This is important. Everything going, and think of this as you guys are in battle. And I've had situations where, you know, trading, even with the business, right? Even with life, right? And you guys have been there too, where everything, right? Life happens, right? Life happens. And things get crazy, and you have to keep your composure, right? You have to keep your emotions in check, and you have to keep flying that plane, right? So you could be, you know, you could be on the, this is a battle, right? And there are bullets coming, right? Bad analogy, but it's what it is. And you've got to keep you got to keep things steady, and you got to keep your eye focus on the goal, right? On the target. Same thing here. So the markets.
Everyone listening, I'm prior military, so that's probably why he's. I was in the army, so that's why he's using.
Yeah, right.
The question. This is
Go ahead, Mary.
so. If I look at Stella's stock, if she starts off say buy at 5, and then it's rising, can she buy more?
Absolutely. Yeah, she can buy more. She can scale up.
Okay, that's scaling up. Okay.
Yeah, that's scaling up. Okay. Yeah, that's scaling up. Okay. But the point is, everything could be, the markets could be selling off, right? The dollar could be crashing, but you might have that one or two symbols, your trade, right? That's just bucking the trend. All right.
And I'll say something to Michael, who got out of his trade. You know, like my trade, I think yesterday it was at maybe $15, or when I looked at it, it was maybe at, you know, $14.50.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I'm getting out. I'm taking my money. But I sent a quick text to David and I said, should I just get out now that we're out of stocks and just wait? And he was like, no, don't get out now. So I think just checking with David too has given me some confidence. But if I didn't check with him, I would be out.
Duly noted, because you're sitting at 16, so that's
it went up $1.
Very nice, very nice indeed, for sure.
No, Stellar, if you recall, it wasn't what I thought, right? So I didn't just tell you to stay in. What did I tell you to look for?
I think a while back you had told me to look for, I guess, a white candle.
Yep.
To wait until I see a white candle. Yeah.
White candle, red candle, right? White candle, start paying attention. Red candle, right? You can get out on a red candle, all right? And definitely get out on a sell signal. Okay, here's a sell signal right here. So white candle, pay attention, pay close attention. Red candle, if it closes on a red candle, that means sellers are coming in, guys. Sellers are coming in. Sellers are coming in. You want to get out. Okay. We get a sell signal, you absolutely have to get out. So it's not what I thought, right? And Stella knew what to do. She just needed, some encouragement to stay in it, right? She knows what to do. All right. She just needed some encouragement.
And
Okay.
if you don't mind me asking, the blue arrow, that's the, because I'm seeing two blue things. I see the blue arrow and then there's a blue right above that arrow. Which one is the buy indicator?
This is the buy right here on the
see.
break of resistance right here. Right.
Wow, that's a really
The
good
buy signal here. So you will be tempted, okay, just like you did, Michael. All right, to get out. So to see those that's P&L, see those profits and get out, right? But what if we get out? The way we make money in trading, all right, is it's a game of probabilities. Okay. So we want to we're constantly testing support and resistance, breakouts on support and resistance. Okay. But let's focus on resistance. We're going to buy on a break of resistance, sell on a break of support. Okay. So it's going to look like this. Follow me for a second, guys. So we're always going to buy. Here is a buy here's our resistance lines. We always have to draw resistance lines. Here is support right here. Okay, we're going to buy on a break of resistance because the buyers are buying. Here's that big candle here, green candle, that's buying coming in. Here's our buy signal right here on this candle right here. That's our buy signal. We broke resistance, buyers are in control. Okay. If it fails and it breaks support, this is what I was telling you, Michael, if it gets below that support line, that's your sell signal. Okay, so we always going to buy on a break of resistance, sell on a break of support. So let's say this is let's say a 5% loss right here. Okay. We'll take that loss in hopes that we get this gain right here. This gain here will pay for our loss here. As a matter of fact, it'll pay for another loss here. It'll pay for even another loss here. So we're constantly testing, hoping for that breakout. If we get and we need, we as traders, we constantly testing. We have to test. Right. We have to test. All right. And we have to take losses. What we want are small losses. We don't want big losses like this. We want small, tight losses. We want controlled losses. And we're only going to get control losses when we buy on a break of resistance, sell on a break of support. But we need these big wins here to pay for our small losses right here. If we cut our wins here at the legs right here, right here, guess what? We'll never make any money because we're not letting our winning trades run. Stella has to have this trade run as far as possible. And Stella hope, her goal is hope that it goes to the moon. All right. Hope there's nothing telling it to stop. So her goal is to stay in control and let it go as far as possible. She needs to make as much money here because guess what? She's had some losses here. Not on this particular trade, but other trades. Right.
So I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a very beautiful trade, right? This is almost like ideal. This is like probably one that won't happen again. I've missed this trade. Mm-hmm. But let's say she got the buy signal at 5. She gets in at 525, right?
Okay.
Stock goes through 6, 625, 650, 675. Okay. I'm assuming that this software at some point, right? Because I get exactly everything you're saying as far as risk management, right? Mm-hmm. But my question would be to that. She gets in at 5, it breaks resistance, goes up to 615, 625, and then makes a U-turn and starts coming back down. Well, that's P&L. That's profit in the bank, right? What would protect her from locking in those profits instead of making that winning trade turn into a loss and now stopping her out? Would that software give her an indication somewhere up in the 6-7s to get ready to sell?
Okay.
Because
So-
like that's I don't have the software, so like, you know what I mean? I don't have anything except texting you or really my own, you know, visuals on my chart and software on when to sell to try to protect from taking a loss, if that possible.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna take a loss. You're gonna take a loss. All right.
Yes, sir.
We are going to take a loss. When we trade, we are going to take a loss. That's the first rule.
Mhm.
All right. What we want are controlled losses, and we want small losses, and we want big wins. Okay. So we are going, and everyone here, all right, we are going to take a loss. If anyone tells you that you can trade, you can invest, and you're not going to take any losses, right? That's not the truth. We are going to take losses. Trading is a game of probability, right? I say it's a game of math. And the way we trade, right, we are going to take losses. All right. So write that down somewhere. Everyone, we are going to take losses. What we want are small losses, control losses. Okay. Kind of like here. And what we're doing is we're constantly testing. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to take every single trade, but here's an example here, this chart here, Stellar's chart here. All right. So here is resistance. Here is support. That's why support and resistance is critical. This is where we're going to enter on a break of resistance because the buyers are buying. Okay. So, Michael, to your point here, the price went up, it fails, it comes back down. Guess what? You're going to get out here on these break of support. And the software here told us to buy here, told us to get out here. So let's say we lost 10% here. All right. That's damn good. We didn't lose 40% here.
Yeah, I see. Correct.
All right. Here we tested again. We constantly testing. All right. So here is resistance. Here is support. We don't know, right? No one knows what price is going to do. Now we put some stuff in place so we can that give us an edge, right? But we don't know. All right. Same thing here. Price broke resistance, came down, sellers came in, broke support, sellers came in, got out here. Guess what? We didn't take this big loss down here. So let's say we lost another 10% here. We are going to have losses. Just make your minds up. That's it. There's no such thing as not taking losses. So 10% here, 10% here. And guess what? We tested again here. Here is resistance. Here is support. This time it worked out. All right. This 10% loss here, 10% loss here. So that's 20% loss, right? 20% loss right here, negative 20%. All right. This trade right here, let's say it's 80% gain so far, right? 80% gain so far. 80% gain plus 80% gain. Are we making money or are we losing money?
We're making money.
We what?
We're making money.
We're making money.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we didn't make it on each individual trade, but overall we're making money.
Correct.
And then our job is to get this, hold it. Our job is just to hold it and manage the trade, right? Manage it, right? Right? We can control it if it breaks down. Let's say it comes down here, gives a sell signal at $10 right here. Stella's going to have to get out here at $10. This is not her money yet, right? This is not her money. She can't count any of this money. She can't look at her P&L, and I know we're gonna do it, but this is not your money yet. We're never gonna get the top, because the top, all right, it has to break support for us to get a sell signal to get out. Okay, our job is to hold it through that markup phase, right? And have it go up as far as possible. And hopefully it goes to 300% as an example. Hopefully, right? Plus 300%. All right. Guess what? That's no big deal anymore, right? That 10% here, 10% here, that's not a big deal anymore, right? That's
I'm
all.
guessing the people who sell at the top or they have inside secrets. Right?
What's that?
I'm guessing the people who sell at the top, they have inside secrets.
The people that sell at the top?
Yeah, because they know when to sell it because they have the inside secret.
Well, I don't know if it's an inside. I don't know if they have an inside secret. They just understand trading, right? They understand trading. All right.
How often is this app updated? By the minute, or the software is updated by the minute?
Yeah, in real time. In real time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And we have other classes, guys. We have a beginners class too on Tuesday. So Otto, that's a good class to come to, and for new folks that are here. All right, but good question. But Michael, yes. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So our job, when we trade, our job is this. Mary, this helps, Mary? Our job.
Yes, it does. What I was wrestling with is, and I think it's common, is that you jump in and out at different points. So it's not as if you were holding this stock and watching it go up and down, up and down. So I think I needed to recognize that there are moments at which you sell and moments at which you buy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we would not have taken these trades. This is just an example. All right. So we would not have taken these trades, and we might have taken these trades, but in this case we didn't, because we took this trade here. All right. But just understand the point is this, right? The point is this. We are going to get losses. We are going to take losses, right? Our goal is to manage our losses. All right.
So why didn't we take the earlier trades? Is it that we didn't have a buy signal?
Yeah, we had a buy signal, but perhaps the market, the overall market, which it was trending down in a markdown phase. So we might have not been trading stocks. I don't think we were trading in this sell-off here. We weren't trading stocks.
Okay, that's clear.
Yeah, you remember that, Stella?
Yeah, I remember. I think we went for actually quite a few months.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I got the stock boss system, and then like I really wanted to trade, but the call was it's not time, and then eventually it was time.
Yeah.
And then we could jump in. So and it kept going lower, I think, at that time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we're gonna look for the best possible time. So rather than taking every trade, right, we try to maximize and take the best, look for the best time to trade. Kind of like what we're doing now. We're waiting for everything to kind of develop again, right? For the market to strengthen, and then we'll start trading again. But this is a good example. This is a real example of where we want to buy and where we want to sell. All right. And we want to take that 5% loss or that 10% or that 2% loss rather than this big loss. What most individuals do is this. All right. This is what happens. So the stock is at $26. All right. It's at $26 out down here. All right. And they get in. and they're not aware of what market phase they're in. Okay. So Otto, there are 4 market phases. I'm going on a bit longer here, but I think this is good, right? So this is called the distribution phase. So it's high up here. It's high up here, right? So this is what most individuals do. They would buy up here, it's going lower, and we've all done it, right? And they stay in, right? We'll stay in, and we don't know really how this works, so we'll stay in. So at $26, it goes to 22, right? It goes to 18, right? It goes to 12, right? It goes to 10, it goes to 6, and we are holding, right? We are holding, and some of us will, the pain is so large, right? We'll get out here. Well, some of us, we're more resilient, so we might stay in until here. We're taking losses. Okay, if we are lucky, right? If we are lucky, we might just hope and pray that it comes back up, and then it might do this. And now we bought it at 16, and guess what? We bought it at 26, and it's at 16. Again, let's say it goes back to 26, and now guess what? We're back at what? Break even. All right. Our goal, one second, guys, one second. Our goal is to do this. All right. Rather than buying here, we're gonna wait for all the selling to happen. So we're gonna wait for the price to go from 26, all right, all the way to where Stella got it here at 5, 6, and then buy it. All right, and then buy it. All right, now we might buy it here. We might buy it here, but guess what? If we're wrong, we're gonna get out. We'll never hold it all the way down like this. We might buy it here. And guess what? If we're wrong, we get out. But we'll never buy it here and hope and pray that it does this. So we'll let it go through that markdown phase. We call this the markdown phase. Get to the bottom. All right. Buy it here and take it up. We'll let someone else buy it up here at 26. That's a bad 2. We'll buy it down here. And guess what? This here, these losses here, if we take it, it is what it is. It is what it is. But we're gonna manage those losses by taking small losses. The only way we can manage our loss is by buying on resistance, sell at support. If we do not sell at support, our losses will grow, right? And guess what? Right? If we don't get out here, we can get a huge loss here. So guess what? That loss might be 80%. Lord have mercy. Hold on. Lord, 80%. So let's say we get in here and we don't get out at support when the sellers come in and the price goes all the way down here, right? And let's say we are lucky enough to get out here, but over here, we've lost 80% of our trade. We would need this trade. We would need to be very good to get 80% here. All right. Plus 80% just to break even. Wouldn't it be much better to lose 10% here and then get 80% here? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. And that's what we do all day long. I've gone over. Guys, this is what we do all day long. All day, every day. All right, this is what we do all day, every day. Right? It's just math. Simple math. Cut our losses quickly. We're going to let our winning trades run. Cut our losses quickly. Get in quick, get out quickly, right? When the sellers come in, right? Get out quickly, stay in. If you find a process that's not doing this, whether it's a systematic process, whether it's a manual process, whether it's your own process, if it's not doing this, you're not gonna win at this. If you let in your losing trades get out of hand and you cut in your winning trades, it's not gonna work. It's never gonna work. It's a numbers game. So if you have 80% losses, 10% wins, if it's the reverse, if this is you're winning 10% and you're losing 80%, right, and you have a built-in system where you're not getting out. I'm not saying when you're wrong, it doesn't matter if you're wrong or right. When the sellers come in, which we know red candle sellers are coming in, right? If we have a process, whether it's our own process or whatever process, if it's built in where we're losing 80% and we get it, our gain is 10%, and we do that enough, we'll go bankrupt real quick. We'll be we're gonna blow up accounts. And we know so many traders who, most of our traders don't blow up accounts. We don't hear of our traders blowing up accounts. All right. That's not something we don't have traders come on here. Our traders come on here and say, hey, Dave, I just blew my account. That just doesn't happen. I'm sure it's happened, but that's not the norm for what we do, because our traders know to cut losses quickly. All right. Now we got to help our traders in staying in, right? That's the hard part too. Both of these are hard, but sometimes even staying in is even harder, right? Michael, you saw that, right? All right. So, but that's how we win at trading, right? Get out quickly, stay in, right? And a lot of this is just emotional, right? So once we understand how trading works, right, that we can get away from taking losses, right? The way we win at trading is by getting out quickly when the sellers come in, all right, and then staying in when the buyers are in control. We stay in as long as possible until the sellers, right, come in whenever that time is. That's how we win. All right. All right. And then we just add zeros. So we don't start at 25,000, Otto. We don't start at 25,000 because this takes some work. It takes some work, right? So we build, we start slowly and we build. Once we get this down, right? Once we are trading decently, right? With a small amount of capital, then we increase. And the goal is to trade like a professional trader, think like a professional trader. And you guys can do this. You can do this. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult, but there's a process that you guys have to learn. You have to learn what's going on. Okay. You have to learn. There's no holy grail. There is no, there's no one out there that wants us to fail at trading. The market is not against us, right? We just have to understand how everything works. Okay. I've gone on half an hour, guys. So half an hour longer. All right, guys. I will see you guys on Sunday. All right. Sunday will be an important class, right? We're going to go over Forex, futures, and cryptos. Okay. Bitcoin is in a critical spot right now. So we'll take a look at that on Sunday. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for staying long. And I'll see you guys on Sunday.
Looking forward to on Sunday. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
David, 5 o'clock?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Take care. Bye-bye.